Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are at crunch time in our season and a cup final, our first chance at Silverware. Let's get right into another episode of West Derby Warriors. So then, yes, a little bit of a spoiler there. Welcome back guys, it is me Frenchie. I hope you're all well. If you are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the rest of our subscribers so that you know when new videos go live every time they go out. So then, yeah, since last time, a lot has happened. First of all, we're top of the league. That happened. We're also in our chance of our first piece of silverware in today's episode. The last 4 games are all going to be coming to you, so you're not going to miss any of the drama, do not worry. We'll first start off then with what happened last time. So last time, obviously, we won the derby 3-1 against AFC Liverpool thanks to goals from Jamie Tarrant and Dermot Mora. We then beat Clayton Moore 1-0 thanks to Jamie Tarrant. He then went off on international duty along with Mitchell Holton, and also Dominic Král got called up to the under-21s of Slovakia, which was quite an achievement for the youngster, only 16 years old. So we missed them for 2 games it was. AFC Darwin was the first one. You could see Miju had to lead the line, and we did definitely miss Jamie Tarrant. It was up to Pino to grab a 90-second even minute equaliser winner in that game, and then followed that up with our semi-final against Leighton. And I didn't bring you this on camera because, to be quite honest, we were favourites. We'd beaten a team above them in their league, so I thought, you know, it'd be a mere formality. But as you can see, 2 goals in the first 20 minutes and then nothing for 100 minutes until we got a late penalty, which Miju slotted away in absence of Jamie Tarrant there. Jamie Tarrant did come back, though, in fine fashion from his international break, getting a hat-trick against Garsang in a 3-0 win, him scoring all the goals. A 2-0 win against AFC Blackpool, which saw us get a new youngest goal scorer in Dominic Král, who scored on the 25th minute. And Jamie Tarrant also got a goal there, taking his tally up to 4 since his international break. And then another hat-trick from Tarrant, this time in a 6-3 win over Steeton. 3 goals from him. Lorenzo Raimondi got a goal, Ben Wardog got a goal, and Dominic Král followed up his first ever goal with his second goal. Before we then conceded 2 goals later on. In fact, all of their goals except one. We were 5-0 up. 6-0 up at half time. So as I said then, at the league, we are top. Thanks to the last game, Lower Breck did in fact lose, or drop points at least, in that game. So that put us 3 points clear at the top with just 3 games to go in the league. So we could actually be promoted in our very first season. In today's video then, we are taking on Atherton Laburnum Rovers in the league and then Melton Town in the cup final. We're going to waste no time actually and get straight into the Atherton game because I think that's all I've got to cover. If we have a look at the league though, I think Jamie Tarrant is top scorer now. He's second, 2 goals off Carl Jones, while also second best performing player. David Russell is now way ahead in clean sheets as well with 15. I'd like to think that's because of the team in front of him, not necessarily because of him. Sorry, David. So then we're going to waste no more time and get into the game. This happened too, sadly. I applied for it, but they've said no. As much as we'd love the club to be professional, we can simply not afford to take on the extra costs being involved at a full-time club. I believe, are we amateur? Did I make us amateur, or did we end up going? We are amateur, so I applied for I was hoping we'd be able to get semi-professional. Apparently not. Maybe next season. That's a shame. But then, let's waste no more time and get into the game against Atherton. So then the team to take on Atherton is one that we're all very familiar with, and they're all familiar with themselves. In fact, I'm going to make one change. Bullock is coming off for Captain Bapty because I forgot to put him back in after he had a long spell while Holton picked up an injury and then he was on international duty, so he missed a good amount of games. But this is the squad. We're all familiar with it. We all know it. We've got Tarrant leading the line, Moore and Dodd on the wings, Král, Raimondi and Pino in the centre of the park, Haplin, Holton, Bapty, Burl is the back 4, and David Wrestle in goal. This happened. You'll notice a new name on the bench. We signed Jay Colbeck. If we have if you can't beat them, steal their best player. So he's just going to waste away in our club, probably. But without any further ado then, let's get into the game against Atherton, looking to see if we can run a late charge and steal the title at the depth in the Northwest Counties Division 1 North, as we're going to get head into it right now. So then we're underway and we're without our usual 3D kit, so there's a bit of an issue with the kit pack. I'll get that sorted for the next episode, don't you worry. But we're underway then against Atherton, looking to further place ourselves in contention for this title and reassert or further assert our dominance at the top of the league. I say dominance. Jamie Tarrant's nipped in and won the ball back. Here's Raimondi in the middle of the park. Long ball out to Mora. Brilliant find in him. Mora pulls it back to Kral. Goes for goal. What a goal! He only scored his first goal 2 games ago, and he's just pulled that out the hat. Wow. Brilliant ball to find Mora. Mora doesn't have any options on. Gets pressured. Pulls it back to Kral, and from better over 30 yards... Exactly. What a finish. 1-0 after just a minute. We've got another highlight. Can we get a second after 2 minutes? As Atherton are reeling. Long ball forward, cut up by Pino, out to Burl. Burl plays it inside to Kral, the goal scorer. Plays it to Raimondi. Another long searching ball. No, he pulls it to Kral this time is the one who searches, but it's headed away only to Mora. Mora's got a second from outside the box. It's 2 minutes in and we're 2-0 up. What is going on? Tripping all over my words with pure excitement. Pino plays it to Kral. Kral goes long. It's cut out by their left back Murphy. Ball straight to Mora, and he volleys it into that bottom left corner with a fantastic finish to make it 2-0 after just 2 minutes. And a win today will make sure that we stay up in first position, despite the fact that this is a game on hand in the rest of the teams in the league. So hopefully we can hold on to this and not throw anything away sillily. So just before half time, 15 minutes to go, Dodd heads on a throw in, but it's clear by Reynolds. Buckley latches onto it. It's 1v3, plays it back to Comber for some support. So then, minutes before half time, Reynolds has a deep free kick. It's a good save from Wrestle. It looked like that one was bound for the top corner, but he pushes it out behind for a corner. Powell to whip in this corner then. In it goes. Headed to... very nearly. Poked in at that far post there. But it looks like it'll go into half-time, 2-0 the score. Unless they can get a goal at this corner kick. In it goes. Oh my god. A few episodes ago, we saw Steve Hood score a ridiculous own goal, and we've just seen Nathan Burl do one. And it's almost identical. We'll watch that again, shall we? So the corner comes in from Powell. It's headed towards goal from Reynolds, and Wrestle does a Pickford impression. And Nathan Burl's touch is shocking, to be quite frank. He's got his back to his goal. How has he managed to put that in? 2-1 the score at half-time then. We don't really deserve the lead if you look at XG, but, you know, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. We'll get in saying I'm happy with your performance there. Get out there. Keep it going, lads. As we get out for the second half, we've got a corner free kick for Powell to whip in. Oh, I've got the highlights slow. Murphy on the edge of the box. Can he score a screamer early on, just like Kral did? Back to McGowan. Out wide to Burns. Goes for goal, and it's over. Hits the bar, apparently. Slight worry that the lads have gone into cruise control after taking the lead so early. But we've got a corner now with Raimondi to whip it in at this near post. It's Mitchell Holton! Mitchell Holton, our vice skipper, leaps like a salmon and scores his first goal for the club. A fantastically worked corner kick. Raimondi finds his man with accurate laser accuracy. Holton backs off his man, plenty of space to header it, and in it goes. And what a celebration that is from the man from the Midlands. 20 minutes to go then, I'm going to make our first change. I'm going to take off Nathan Burl because he's dropping a 6.3 and that is shocking. I'm also going to take off Benoit Dodd, give him a rest. Replace him with Mike Sayapo, who came through our youth regen intake. I will show you that after this game because I completely forgot about it, not going to lie. And we'll leave that for now and make another change in about 5 minutes time. So then 10 minutes to go, our final change is going to be taking off Dominic Kral. We're going to take him off for Stephen Brown, who's only going to be for a few minutes, so hopefully we won't completely throw away the game by playing a player out of position. With 10 minutes to go then, 3-1 up, controlling the game quite comfortably, to be honest. We're going to just remind them to focus with 5 minutes to go as we look to grab our first 3 points of the episode. And there we are then, full time. We scored all 4 goals in the game, thanks to Nathan Bell's own goal, but comfortable in the end. 3-1 win as we make sure that we stay top of the league. So you can see then, if we look at the league table, we have now extended the gap to as wide as 6 points. Is that? Yes, 6 points. Obviously played a game more than anybody else in the league. So these are the ones that were pointed out in our youth intake to sign after we had the game. I completely forgot to make any note of this, to be quite honest. So they have actually, the ones that we didn't sign have disappeared. So I have signed all of the players who have been advised for me to sign. So Darren Connors, Dennis Arnola, Eddie Ogumbi, Joshua Masters, Stephen Doherty, Ed Muller, Barry Forrest, Lee McLean, all of these. If you want to rename any of these, because obviously this is the whole point of this save, if you want to be one of these, you can. Just drop a comment down below which one you want to be renamed. I'll post a link to my Twitter and it'll show off these and what positions they play. So you can go ahead and follow that tweet as well if you want. And I will rename you promptly. So then we'll waste no more time then and get into the game against Melton Town. So just to get you up to speed, we are facing them. They are in the Eelsport United Counties Division 1, which is, I believe, a tier 10 division like ours. They have also absolutely walked their league too. So I think it might provide a bit of a challenge. But without any further ado, let's get into our first final in our history and our first chance at silverware against Melton Town in the Buildbase FA Vase Trophy. So then, before we take on the final game of today's episode in the cup final, Lowbreck actually lost to St Helens thanks to 2 very late goals from who's that? Callum and Riddle. So the gap actually stays at 6 points, which means that we need 1 win. In fact, we need a point. That's it. A point in any point. Any point in the next 2 games in the league. And we are champions. And going up into the 9th tier. But, and Norwich are promoted to the Premier League. The Premier League, by the way, look at that for a close tie. Liverpool, 33 games played, 77. United, 9 on 35 games played in Chelsea, leading the way. With City also in the background. But before we even talk about promotion, a chance then against Melton Town in the Buildbase FA Vase final. Our first chance at silverware as a club. What a great way to end off the season. So here we are then. The squad for our first ever cup final is the same one that it took on in the last game. You can see David Russell picked up an injury. But he's fine. He's just a tight thigh, so I think he should be alright in goal. But just in case, I'm going to take no risk. And Ollie, in fact, Stephen Brown can come off as well. We'll put Jack Charles on the bench and Peter Zold. In fact, Chris Stonage can go on the bench because he's had good showings in the games he has. But that is the squad. Just to run through it is Russell in goal, Haplin, Holton, Bapty and Burles in the defence, Pino, Kral, Raimondi in midfield, Mora, Dodd on the wings, Jamie Tarrant up front. As we submit the team for our first ever final. So then we are indeed at Wembley. The first time down south. I'm going to tell them I expect you to pick up from where you left off. Have faith in you all. Go ahead, bring home that trophy, lads. Quarter of an hour gone then, and we've got a highlight as Raimondi with this free kick, and it goes towards Bapty at the back post. It's cleared away though, and Parsons will rush Mora for the. Mora just decided to stop running there apparently. That was Dodd. That may be why. Story on it then for Melton. Back to Arome. Looking for a deep ball forward. Pino cuts it out, but only as far as Duncan. Duncan plays it forward to Prony. Prony to Parsons. I know Callahan on this left-hand side. Can he beat Nathan Burl? Yes, he can. Burl puts in a challenge, and he's given a penalty. Nathan Burl, after 15 minutes, gives away a penalty. I'm going to have to encourage the boys and Joe Bye to make it 1-0. It's straight at David Russell, and he's actually saved the penalty. Wow. What a time to step up from the Englishman. So then, very lucky to still be level after 20 minutes after that penalty. You can see there then, we are slightly edging out a pretty even game other than that penalty chance for Melton. As we tick towards half-time, it's Glicherst to Arome. Is that Glicherst? I don't even know. Parsons cut out by Bapty, and here's Benoit Dodd. Holds the ball up. Raimondi with a brilliant ball, spreading the play wide to Dermot Mora. Dermot Mora makes it 1-0 then. What a finish. An absolute peach of a ball from Raimondi there to pick him out. Absolutely sweeping assist from the Italian. Look at this for a ball. Dodd picks it up, plays it back to Raimondi, who just, without hesitation, whips it wide to Dermot Mora, who volleys or flies it into that right-hand corner and celebrates rightly so, taking the lead at Wembley. So 1-0 at half-time then, thanks to that goal from Mora. You can see we've brought 1,300 fans here. We've brought around 600 of them. around half of the fans here, so a good amount of fans come. David Wrestle with his 7.8, Burl dropping a shocker. I think he's probably going to come off at half time. I'm going to say happy because I am. And I think we're going to make our first change as Nathan Burl, after giving away that penalty, didn't really improve his performance. Off he comes for Steve Hood on the 50th minute. Hopefully we can hold on and not throw this away now we've got the lead. So with 70 minutes gone, Dominic Kral is going to come off and Scouser is going to come on. Jack Charles is going to come on to take his place. I think the occasion is getting to the young Slovak. So off he comes. We're also going to bring off David Baptiste. In fact, we can't take off our captain, can we? Not on Cup final day. We've got just over 10 minutes to go then. Between 10 and 15 minutes to go. And I think I'm going to make one more change. I'm not quite sure. I think it's going to be Dodd is going to come off. And Mike Seapo. I think he's 15, I believe, maybe. I know he is young. Let's have a look. How old is he? I've got it in my head that he's 15. 17-year-old. He's valued at £500, which is quite a lot for this team. So on he comes for Benoit Dodd, who has been excellent all season, as we have got 4 minutes of added time away. Oh, we've got highlight. And we're going to put it into comprehensive. We're going to put it on 3D just for these last 4 minutes. So then we've got a highlight with just over 3 minutes to go. Carver's through. Carver's hit the post. He's got a chance of the second ball. He's poked it in added time. I was hoping for the offside flag, but it never came. I thought he was offside. Craig Carver then at the far post. It's a good worked ball. Tom Manchip plays it out wide to Arome. First time, curls it in, hits the post, and then he's quickest to the second ball. Dave Russell can't be blamed for that, but surely he looked offside there. I'm going to look at myself before we get I'm sure we'll get a replay for it as well. I'm sure we're going to get a highlight for this offside because this looks so close to being offside. As we don't. Let's have a look ourselves. So we're going to watch this as slow as possible. You can see there he is, Carver. I think it might be Haplin who actually plays him on. The ball's kicked there. Yeah, Haplin is the man to play him on. I think if Haplin had just been a few yards ahead of himself, he'd have been offside, which is slightly frustrating. But nevertheless, it is 1-1 with just over a minute and a half to go of normal time. We're going to go into extra time then. And that is desperately frustrating because we were not the better side in that second half. And it is deeply frustrating. I'm going to tell them, don't let this slip away. Tell them I've got faith in them and send them out for extra time. Hopefully this doesn't slip away from us at the depth. So we've got a highlight. As we got a highlight early on, 30 seconds into extra time. Haplin, after making his mistake, looking to make amends. Long ball over the top to Jamie Tarrant. He could do so with an assist here. Jamie Tarrant just about keeps it. Mike Siapo scores his first goal for the club. And what a time to get it. 30 seconds in to the first half of extra time. And we are back ahead. Jamie Tarrant with brilliant hold-up play. And that's what you get with the experience of an international. It just gets enough space to play it back. And it's a fantastic shot. I don't know whether it took a deflection, but Mike Siapo makes it 2-1. And now we must... I'm going to go back to cautious. Lower everything. Just try keep hold of this and not give it away. So it's half time in extra time. Still 2-1 up. Not another highlight since the goal. So maybe this might just trickle away. As we're in 5 minutes to go. A highlight, but it's for us, I think, and get cleared over the top. Holton gets it clear, but it's only as far as goal scorer Carver. He's not got many bodies in support, and that will do us, as that's an awful finish. It'll be a goal kick, and I'm going to put on the instruction to waste time as often as possible. 3 minutes to go then of normal time. There'll probably be some added time, I imagine. 1 minute. I didn't even have time to put it in 3D. Slightly frustrating. We don't get to watch us lift the trophy. But there you are then. Our first piece of silverware. 2-1 the final score. That winner from Mike Siapo in his first goal in only his second ever appearance. Or third ever appearance, my mistake. You can see he's had pretty good time in the under 18s and under 23s. 2-1 then. And you could say that we kind of didn't deserve it. But if you take away the penalty, you could argue that maybe we did deserve that result then. We certainly dominated possession and passing. The shots on target were quite close. They had better quality chances. But nevertheless then, we've got our hands on our first ever trophy as a club. The Buildbase FA Vase Trophy. Get into the dressing room. You've got to pump the fist. Where's the pump the fists? It's not giving me it, so I'm going to outstretch arms. Congratulations, lads. I'm happy with your performance out there. Enjoy the success. This is what you remember when you hang up your boots. Our day at Wembley then went well, I guess you could say, winning our first ever piece of silverware. The fans are delighted. You've got to love to see it. Mike, a friend, so proud of us. And obviously a lot of praise for David Wrestling. You've got to admit, a man who's been so inconsistent for us at times has been brilliantly. And 30 grand! Wow! We picked up 30 grand. David Russell was the key player with an 8.10. What an astonishing record. You can see there, Buildbase Vase, we lift it on a breezy afternoon at Wembley. David Bapty, our skipper, lifts his first trophy in his career. Tom Manship isn't happy, but we don't care. West Derby Warriors fans worship Frenchie. The fans of West Derby will be nursing hangovers tomorrow as the team led by Jack Frenchie brought home the Buildbase FA Vase Trophy. The secretary for the official supporters club announced that Frenchie's skill and success as a manager will put many of his contemporaries to shame. Won one trophy. You can see then, I mean, I don't know any of the teams who've won it before. Who AFC Filed, Truro City, quite a few big names have won this in recent years. Spenny Moore, Hereford were runners up just a few years ago. We all know how big they are. Talor Town, quite a few big names, so a brilliant bit of history for the club as well. Praise Dave Russell, well done, you were brilliant. And you can see there, we weren't the biggest overachievers, ironically Melton were, but I'd say we were, to be quite honest. Jamie Tant with 10 goals in that competition, by the way. Yeah, if we have a look at the top goal scorer there. 10 goals. Dermot Mora with one of the, you can see there, most crosses attempted, distant covers per 90, 13 kilometres a game. It's astonishing. He lost possession most. He's in all the top stats as Dermot Mora. You can see 10 goals in 10 games. Bapty and Halton were crucial with 23 key headers. Jalapeno brilliantly in the middle field along with Lorenzo. Absolute brilliant work. You can see 10 goals in just 8 appearances in the competition. Absolutely astonishing. And if we go then, the fabled moment, we go to club history, we go to competitions, we finally have something in the trophy cabinet. After just a season, we're not even finished yet, we could still add to it this season. So if you look at the schedule then, our next episode coming up, we'll take on backup Gulcar to potentially seal promotion. If we have a look at the league table, you can see we are 6 points clear with 2 games to go. So the reality is a point in our final 2 games is enough to see us get promoted into the 9th tier of English football. And I will leave you here with a chance to do that in the next episode. So then guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when new videos go live every single Monday, Wednesday and Friday. What a day. Our first bit of silverware for the club, and it's surely something that we will all savour. But other than that then, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.